Hey and hello there, everyone. That was weird. Like the screen was black there for a sec. I don't know why that didn't work properly. Hey and hello there, everyone. Welcome back to the Strike Streams Saturday edition, Zonda Day. Lovely to see a whole bunch of you. I hope you are doing well. And I hope you've had a very good week since I last saw y'all. Let's say hi to some people quickly before Sky needs to leave. Because yeah, you work on Saturdays, don't you? Or at least you have the last few of them. So Sky, hi. Zonda Day. Cac John, hello. On Lara, hi. Lovely to see a whole bunch of you. Kevin is not going to be here today, so hopefully that won't mess up with the numbers or anything. A way that you can help make sure that the numbers are good are by hitting that like button. Remind the algorithm that I still exist or something like that. But anyway, we'll go into the game and then I don't know, I just said hi to people, haven't I? So I have once again had a week filled with not very much. I mean, I've sort of kept myself busy, but it's mainly just been like tedious. I've spent a lot of time going through my Google storage this week because I did hit my limit and I was like, I don't really have the money to like start paying for the storage, and I'm sure if I just spend some time going through that there's stuff I can get rid of, so look forward to hearing more about that. Gage, hello. Welcome. Lovely to see you. Happy Saturday, to the extent that Saturdays are happy, which hopefully is good. Zonda, I have a question for you. Zonda. With you, for those, provided I've remembered my days of the week correctly, on Monday, the Monday we just had, it was Xander's birthday, and Xander, you've had a bunch of time off, so I look forward to hearing about how your time off week has been. But does that mean you're like back to work tomorrow, or do we have 2 Xander days this weekend? That is the question. Which I don't think I really asked it as a question, but do you have tomorrow off as well, or is like tomorrow like, nah, tomorrow's like back to work? So anyway, Bark, I need to... Oh, you did get the PS5. Yes. Oh, good. Oh, excellent. I'm glad you got the PS5, Sky, because yeah, it means you get to keep playing now and stuff like that. So that's awesome. Very cool. Tomorrow is back to work. Well, then that means we need to get you a shiny today. So why don't we try and see if we can do that? It's amazing how having like a few days away, even though I've been doing this like every day for a year, it's a bit like, oh, hang on, how do I do this? What's my stuff? But anyway, so I do feel like I get a bit rusty each week now. So, my current tickets are for Thunderous, Kartana, and Stack Attacker. And then later on, I need, like, Celesteela and Nihilego if any of you guys, gals, non-binary pals, have them. But what I need... Hang on. What's going on here? What I need from you guys, gals, non-binary pals, is I need you to let me know if you can do my tickets of Thunderous, Kartana, and Stack Attacker. So could you please write Strike, I can do, and then let me know who you can do. So Strike in big capital letters, I can do, Thunderous, Kartana, and or Stack Attacker. Ready, set, bow. Let me know who you're around to do, who you're available to do, all that stuff. I forgot at the beginning of streams I should say, like, can you see me, can you hear me, but you guys seem to be replying, hopefully, so it was nice while it lasted. Yeah, no, that's good, though, that's good. Okay, so on Lara can do Kartana and Thunderous, Xander can do anything. Oh, hang on, if we had Sky, Cac John's here, so hopefully Cac John can do one of them at least, unless this is the point where Cac John's like, I can only do Stack Attacker. But hopefully Cac John can do something. Would anyone like to hazard a guess how the Null Hunt is going? I'm gonna presume that you're not faking us out by using the word going instead of how it went or how it had gone. And in which case I'm gonna hazard a guess of not well. But no, yeah, give me an update on that, because now that we have like these like bigger gaps, I'm interested. And we didn't see you last weekend, did we? I don't think. So yeah. Okay, we might have to... Okay, if we have only on Lara and Xander, if Cac John isn't here, then we might just have to go with like Kartana. You hit 10k. Oh, wait, the event shiny? Oh no, that is tough then. But the thing is, if you've hit 10k, mathematically... Hold on, do we have to... Oh, Amelia's here and back and can do Thunderous. Okay, so we could start with Thunderous, couldn't we? Okay, so hang on. Let me get the spreadsheet. On Lara, Xander, and Amelia. Okay, let's open up with Thunderous, and then we'll carry on talking, and then we'll go from there. Amelia, hi, welcome, welcome. Happy Saturday. Thank you for joining us. Thank you for letting us know about the Thunderous. That is very helpful, because we were going to maybe do a Kartana instead. Okay. So, Amelia, Xander, on Lara, could you please make sure you are connected to the YCOM? We will figure out teams 2 and 3 later on, I'm sure. Philip Puente, hello, welcome, welcome. Happy Saturday to you, happy Saturday to you, and happy birthday for Xander on Monday, the Monday we just had, not this upcoming one. I hope you had a good one, Xander. No, we'll talk about that in a bit, I'm sure. Right, we're going to talk to the nice scientist lady. We're going to say anything goes if you're you, but if you're me, then we're going to say Thunderous. Hopefully I clicked Thunderous. That is a Thunderous silhouette. Look at me go. Okay, so we're going to go 0816. How is it the 16th of August? That means we're like in the mid... Like today is the middle of August. What is that even about? Okay, 0816 1107. That's the code. Ready, set, bow. This is for Onlara, Xander, and Amelia. So we should have Onlara, Gloria, Gemma. And that should all be good. Oh wow, you guys are very quick. In fact, okay, hang on. I'll do the speedrun version of my spiel. Thunderous is an electric and flying type, which means he's an awkward fellow because he's only weak to 2 things, ice and rock. Rock is better than ice for reasons we'll get into in a second. So if we can't find rock and ice moves or rock and ice types, then the things we're going to need to look for things defensively. Lightning Rod ability Pokemon are incredible. Manectric and Cantonian Raichu are excellent. Last week we had a very good Thunderous round, which had a funny moment. And then obviously ground types are brilliant. Shout out to Volt Absorb Pokemon, Lantern and Jolteon. And then the electric resistant trio of dragon, grass, and electric can be good in a pinch as well. Thunderous itself does not have any flying moves. Don't worry about your fighting type Pokemon. There are often no rock moves. It doesn't have any flying moves, but it does have Sludge Wave for spread poison damage. Watch out, grass types. And then it has Rain Dance and Thunder for 100% accurate Thunder. And that Rain Dance also pairs with Weather Ball, so it can use water type moves. But if we change the weather, it can use other type moves, and this is where we come back to rock and ice types, because rock can create sandstorm and ice can create hail. Thunderous with hail and ice type weather ball is very, very dangerous, so that's why rock is slightly better, because if we have like a whole team of ground types and then Thunderous is using a rock move, that just doesn't really do very much damage. So there we go. Let's do this thing. Yes, in Shield, I wanted to have the Pokemon League thing. In my Pokemon Sword, I think I have a Grookey, and that's my main game. But anyway, Diggersby is... I mean, all of these actually do have the resistances and immunities I referenced, but I am going to go with Diggersby because Diggersby is the best. But Rotom and Tangela are pretty nifty. Yeah, grass is good for defense here out of this little trio for sure. But yeah, I love Galar. I love the Galar League and the whole gym system and everything. So I kind of wanted an icon to represent that. After Grookey. Yeah, I mean, basically not Mantine is the way to go here. So Salazzle, I think Salazzle's the best choice, yeah. I think that's a good pick, Amelia. I think that's a good pick. Right, okay, we have Claydol, Okay, so Claydol does have the immunity. It's not that great, but it can Dynamax and use Max Rockfall. So I would say Claydol is good. Then there's a Morpeko. Okay, Slowbro and Skarmory are terrible. But then there is a ground type at the end. I think that's a Marowak, right? So we could... Yeah, okay. So we could definitely... I think we definitely want to go to the left here. I think if we do something like Claydol... And then maybe Skarmory, because it has the weak defense ability sort of thing. Like, we have a way of, like, lowering its defenses, and it just... Skarmory will do less damage to us than Slowbro will, and Slowbro has things like Flamethrower, which is, like, good against Tangela. Unless we think like, you know, unless we do think Slowbro is better, because we could use like Max Phantasm on it, but right, I am going to... Oh, okay, I'm actually not a very good Dynamaxer here, but like, should I let Rotom Dynamax here? But then again, and then Tangela could go against Slowbro. Do I Dynamax and use normal, or do I pass the Dynamax on to Rotom? What do you guys think is good? What do you think is good with the Dynamax and normal, or pass the Dynamax onto Rotom, who can use a Max Phantasm? What are we thinking? I will have to make a decision if no one replies. But what do we do? Because Tangela would be good against Slowbro. I'd say you can skip Dyna. Okay. I'm just going to quick attack them. It's like, it's all over... Because the thing is, Diggersby is really... Oh, hang on. No, I selected Quick Attack. Oh, it randomly selected Stone Edge for me. I didn't want to do that. Dang it. You guys all said... Okay, the other two replies came in after. I definitely selected Quick Attack. I thought I even heard the selection, but I guess I was too late. But anyway, Bark. Sorry about that. But again... I know that, well, that is very frustratingly not a great start. Salazzle, like 07 Salazzle. Do we want to switch? Here's the thing. I think if we go for Slowbro next, if we switch Salazzle for Claydol, and then we go for Slowbro next, I think that could be the play, because like Tangela is super effective against Slowbro. So does that sound like a plan? Because don't forget, Slowbro doesn't have any water moves, so it can't do anything to Diggersby. Well, I mean, it can, with, like, Psychic and Fire, but basically, Slowbro has, like, Psychic and Fire moves, so... We actually did tons of damage to this, even though we didn't Dynamax, which is kind of funny. Okay. Right. But yeah, so do you guys think that sounds like a plan? Slowbro and then the Marowak or something like that? And then maybe once we beat the Marowak, we can decide... Maybe once we beat the Marowak, we can decide who we're switching out of, like, Tangela and Rotom. I think maybe Tangela might be a bit better, just because Rotom actually can... Rotom can actually, like, hit Thundurus, whereas, like, Tangela just doesn't really have very much to go with for Thundurus. So that's my theory. Lily, hi! Welcome. Happy Saturday. We are doing pretty well. So, well, no, we did it. Listen, this battle was a bit of a frustrating one, but we're going to be good after this. So, but yeah, Emilia, if we want to say 07 to Salazzle, like, very nice, well... You know, unlucky to Salazzle. It's a shame it didn't get to have a chance to really flourish. But like, there we go. Oh, Tangela is a bit low on health, but it'll be good for the Slowbro, though. It'll be good for Slowbro. Right, I'm good without this. Sorry, Mike, I've got, like, some flea bites. The cat's got fleas, and we're really trying to get rid of them. Okay, if we go oh, berries! But yeah, I think if we go for Slowbro, then we can get the Marowak, and then that'll be good. I know there is a scientist with the Scar. If Rotom had been Dynamaxing here, I would have been more inclined to say the Skarmory, because we could have, like, lowered its defenses and stuff, with its ability. It's, like, weak armor ability. But Diggersby is just not really a great Dynamaxer, and Claydol's kind of bulky, and I just didn't want to... I mean, I suppose, like, we could have messed up the... But here's the thing, Diggersby is a good Dynamaxer against Thunderous, so that's why I think it could be good as well, so... Vivek, hello, welcome. Yeah, Lily, that's basically why I'm only streaming on, like, Saturdays and Sundays. I mean, that's one of the reasons, but yeah, that's why I'm, like, only streaming, like, Saturdays and Sundays now. In fairness, like, Kieran's not here yet, and then yeah, Kieran's not here or not here yet, and then Kevin's not here like just this weekend period, so we are down a bit just in terms of like our like core audience, and then people like Sky, who normally kind of is able to be here often, like kind of can't on Saturdays. So am I on the Switch 2? No, I don't have a Switch 2. I'm too poor to afford a Switch 2, unfortunately. I think I do have some gigs. It does look like I might have some gigs lined up soon, which is a relief. That will just buy me extra time. Yes. But I need more of a sort of life turnaround or career turnaround before I can get a Switch 2, unfortunately. I would like to know how this game runs on Switch 2. Like, I think I would still keep this game on my Switch 1, but if I got a Switch 2. But I won't lie, I would be curious about the performance, because this game does perform very well on this console, but there are a couple of things I know, like factually, where it does lag, and I would love to know if the Switch 2 improves that lag or not. Like, I don't know. Right, here's the max overgrowth. Come on, please let this do the... Now that we've got the terrain up, please let this get the KO. No, okay. So yeah, it's just with like the increasing grocery prices and with the strike. I mean, I know the strike is over, but obviously it's like there was still like a year of not working very much. So you know, it's been a rough old time. But there we go. Right, Slowbro is weak. So let's go. You don't have to keep everything, but you do want to catch him. Ash, catch him. So let's do this. But yeah, no. Let's see. Oh gosh. There's one thing I've already forgotten to do. Well, maybe we'll do it between rounds or something. But I was gonna say, chat, what was I gonna say? There are a bunch of these. I've been going through my Google storage. Has anyone else had, like, Google storage issues? Like, has anyone ever had to go through their Google storage and delete a whole load of stuff because their storage ran out or is about to run out? I've, like, sort of gotten close a couple of times now. It's basically been, like, 2 years ago, they updated their policy where, like, they used to have a thing where, like... it was like if you uploaded your pictures on like the storage saver, like the storage saver mode or whatever, it then like didn't take up any like actual storage or whatever kind of thing. Like if you kind of like if you accepted that they'd be backed up in a lower quality, they wouldn't take up any space. So for years I didn't really, you know, take up space on my Google because it was mainly just my email and my Google Drive that took up space. But then basically for the past 2 years, like my photos and stuff have kind of crept in. So I've had to go through my photos a few times, but and my email once or twice. But now though, but like this week I really went through my email. There are a couple of tricks you can do on your email to like figure out fun things to delete. Because the thing is, you may be like, well, how many... I don't really have that many emails. For those of you like, well, how bad is your email for your email to take up a significant thing? But you've got to remember, I'm a voice actor, so I deal with a lot of like MP3 audio files and also a few WAV audio files. And basically those do take up a bit more space, like compared to things like just documents and typed out letters. So... So, yeah, it's just a pretty wild thing, basically. Right, okay. Max Quake, more like a deep fake. Kaduj, oh crud, hang in there, Diggersby, more like a Biggersby. But yeah, when you deal in the world of voiceover or just anything where you're doing like a lot of attachments, like you do get a lot of emails with like audio files or even just like quite big PDFs for like scripts that are like have a lot of images and stuff in them. Like even some of the script files can be like quite large because there'll be like some kind of special formatted PDF. It's quite wild. The trick is though that oh yeah, on Lara I was meant to calculate that, but then we kind of just had a bunch of people here and I got busy. Yeah, I was going to calculate that, but yeah, so let's do a quick bit of maths, shall we? Oh yeah, I did some other Pokemon maths this morning I'll talk about. Oh, so I am thinking maybe Tangela is better to ditch here just because Rotom can do a bit more damage to Thunderous, like with Hex. Let me know if I'm wrong, or if Rotom has taken a load of damage. But if Rotom and Tangela have like about the same health or something like that, I would say that Rotom is the better Pokemon to keep. Okay, hang on. So let me just do that and then times that. Okay, so oh wow. So on Lara, the odds of you doing like 10,000 and not having anything are, hang on, I'm good without. Although I am going to Dynamax, aren't I? But I think as long as I can get one max Rockfall in, will be good. And there are berries here, so this is fine as well. So yeah, no, we've actually got a really good team here. That like only one Pokemon is going to be hit by Discharge, and it's not going to be hit very hard. Anyway, on Lara, sorry. The odds of you doing 10,000 resets and not having a single shiny are 8.7%. So you are now in like the 10th percentile or whatever, the 10th percentile. But yeah, 8.7%. So if everyone here did what you have done, you know, like, or if like 100 people did what you've done, like only like 8 or 9 of you would only like 8 or 9 of you would not have a shiny. So that's why I'm like, I feel like you need to go on at this point because you can't let that be for waste. Like mathematically, you're like so nearly due for it. But anyway, but yeah, sorry, I was meant to calculate that at the beginning and then I forgot. Or I then got caught up in chatting to people and stuff. But yeah, and then my Google Drive actually had loads of stuff. But my actual like the drive had a bunch of files as well. Like I had a load of like old paperwork and stuff that just I don't really need to have like on the cloud. Like I never really refer to it or anything. So and you know, and this is like even stuff from like when I like first moved here. So it's like, you know, I've got these like 6, 7, you know, nearly 8-year-old, you know, things in there, and it's just kind of wild. Right, yeah, max Rockfall, you came in like a max Rockfall. But statistically, there's nothing stopping it from taking another 10k. I mean, yeah, there are no guarantees. I tell you what, hang on, let's just very quickly, hang on, can I go back? Let me, oh crap, hang on. Let me just do that again. I hate the calculator thing. I wish I just had a proper maybe someday I need to just buy a proper calculator because I like proper calculators. Right. Doop-a-doop. Let's do 20,000, right? If you did another 10,000 on Lara, right? Oh, now obviously it's kind of one of these things where it's like the odds. If you did another 10,000, the odds are exactly the same again, like the 8.7 or whatever. But let's just say if you did get to like 20,000 resets without a shiny, if you got that far, right? The odds of that would be 0.75%. Or 0.76, I guess. But like 0.76, like 0.75%. Like you would then be in like the, you know, less than 1%, which is wild. So that's why. Oh, Kevin! A very quick hello, but lovely to see you. I hope you're doing well. Right, hang on. So we want to catch everything. Well done, Team 1. That was fun, even if I was a bit distracted towards the end there. But if you haven't liked the video, now would be a great time to. Let's see how many likes should we have. It's time for Bo to shame his fans. Not shave his fans, shame his fans. We should have at least 9 likes, so get them in if you haven't. But no shinies for Amelia. Amelia, you've checked already? Xander says 14 shinies. No, 14 likes. I was hoping Xander had 14 shinies there. It's the 14 times Tenchi's choice. Okay, so Claydol is a no. Slowbro is a no, bro. Marowak has not ground us down. But will we get the slightly purple Thunderous? No! Dang. I am, well, mathematically, I'm almost due for a shiny this weekend. Like, next weekend is when, like, I would be due another one. But, right, let's just check what we've got. That's, like, mild. There you go. Lonely. Here's Mr. Lonely. Bashful. And gentle. There you go. Lax or gentle. There's always one. Or a dupe. Dupe. Right, bashful, lonely, mild. I'll go with the bashful Marowak till we get bashed by a Marowak. Bashful, as in he likes to bash you a lot with his club. Right, okay. Or her club, sorry. It's a girl Marowak. So there you go. Marowak has been sent to a box. It's been sent to a cardboard box. Okay, lovely. Fantastic. Welcome back. Would you like us to keep a record of where you found Thunderous? I'm going to say yes. Okay, so chat. Who is around? Who is available? Who can do? We've got Kartana and Stack Attacker. So, who can do Kartana? Who can do Stack Attacker? Could you please write strike in big capital letters, the number of times you have played, strike 0, strike 1, and then say I can do Kartana and or Stack Attacker, ready, set, bow. I'm thinking Kartana might be a good next one, because Onlara can do that, and then Xander can do that, and then I don't know if there's a third, but we could do Kartana with, like, you know, 3 human people. If we only have that many people. Or if just someone else wants to join, but like... Oh, you can do Kartana, Stack Attacker, Amelia. Yes! Okay, well then Amelia, you're in. Unless there's anyone else. In which case... but we'll go for Kartana. We can do... If the spreadsheet will work. I mean, I probably don't really need to do the spreadsheet. It's not that hard to remember, the 3 of you or whatever, but still. So here we go, or should I say here we go. Guys, I'll be back in 1 sec. Hold on one moment. Shade Van Fan, hello, I'll be back in 1 sec. Hang on. Sorry about that, I really needed to wash my hands. I won't get into why, but anyway, but just there's some like stuff under my fingernails. Still kind of is, to be honest, but oh well. Okay, so chat, my lovely chat. Could you please make sure you're connected to the YCOM? I actually didn't check whether I was, but I'm going to presume I still am. We're going to talk to the nice scientist lady. We're going to say anything goes. We're going to say Katana. Tenchi, hi, welcome, welcome. Lovely to see you. How are you doing? I thought, oh no, wait. No, it's just if I got too into the specifics of the reason, I think it's like a little bit gross, but basically just kind of like, just sort of had like dirt under my fingernails. I really need to cut my fingernails, but I keep not doing it. And then they just get longer and longer. Anyone else like that? Like always leave their fingernails like too long? Like always I'm like, oh crud, I haven't cut my fingernails, and then you leave them too long. Right, 0816 1131. I should have typed that in faster, never mind. But yeah, on Lara, Xander, Amelia. Let's do this thing. So, I was gonna say Tenchi. Are you on Bluesky? Are you on Bluesky? The whole island almost burned down, but we got rain, so it's all good. Oh, well, that's less than ideal, to put it mildly. I usually wait until they get long enough that one breaks, and then they all get the chop. Ah, that's interesting. But yeah, I need to I really just need to cut mine. Okay, glow. Okay. Right, so Katana, you guys know this. It's super duper mega weak to fire, and special attackers are better than physical attackers. And watch out for its leaf blade. You do have Bluesky, but you probably need to make a new password. Oh, I was going to say, if you go on Bluesky and you look up Joe Merrick, who is the what is it, like head website, why can I not think of the what's the phrase I'm looking for here, like the website host, site master, basically he's Cerebi. He is Cerebi of Cerebi.net. Hang on, I need to concentrate for a sec because I don't see any fire. Doublade does have Sacred Sword, so I guess I'll go with that. And Scyther is quadruple weak to Leaf Blade, I guess, technically. But if you go look up Joe on Bluesky, so not the Cerebi Bluesky, but his actual personal one, Joe Merrick, there is a post that made me think of you. There is a post that he posted that made me think of you. And if anyone else wants to look up the post, you will very quickly know why it made me think of Tenchi. Okay. So. Okay, yeah. This lack of fire is disturbing. I hope that our actual pathway is looking better. Wheezing. Oh, Colossal. Colossal's even better than a Wheezing. I was like, okay, on the left there's a Wheezing, and then there's fire in the top right. Okay, so we could go for Colossal. Let's go for Colossal. Xander, you're getting a Colossal. But then, actually, no, maybe not necessarily Xander. And then we'll have to go for Armaldo, and then we can get is that Flareon? Or no, Torkoal. Oh, okay. I was actually thinking, here's the thing I was thinking though, actually, here's a funny thing. Maybe we could have, actually, no, maybe we could get rid of the Scyther. Was Scyther second? Maybe we could, because here's the thing, if Colossal Gigantamaxes, it's really, really good against Armaldo. So maybe we could have the Torkoal be in 4th place, and then we could, maybe we could have the Torkoal be in 4th place, and we could have Colossal in 2nd. Let me just check. Oh no, Rotom's next. Ah, dang it. Okay, never mind. I still think, though, I do kind of like this idea of ditching Rotom for Colossal, because then we'll have a Rock-type move for... Armaldo, like the G-Max Volcalith, like that's really good. So maybe we could ditch Rotom here, and then we could ditch the Dugtrio after the Torkoal. Does that sound okay? Oh, did he post it on Twitter as well? Okay, I didn't know if... again, I don't know if people are still on Twitter, so you can just... Yeah, I suppose you can go on Twitter. Just, I haven't been on Twitter for almost a year now. I almost consider... Oh, chat. So, I changed my profile on my socials. I haven't done it on Twitter just because I'm not on Twitter, so it doesn't really matter. I was like, should I go on my Twitter and change it? And it's like, no, because I'm not on Twitter. It doesn't matter. I will just give you. I'll why did I change my profile on my socials? I'll tell you for why. Oh no, it's doing a. Oh wait, hang on, no, okay. Right, everyone keep going. Well done. Actually, hang on. Mathematically, a max steel spike is stronger, so I'm gonna go with the max steel spike. Oh, it missed, and it's 2 feet in front of us, and it missed. Dang it. Right, here's the max steel spike. No, we needed the high horsepower. Anyway, sorry. I was going to say. Oh, Crut's gonna use a one-time meteor beam. Don't you dare use it on Scyther. Use it on me. Use it on me. No! I said don't use it on Scyther. Oh, so basically, if that high horsepower had hit, we probably would have not. And I'm not like blaming like Doug Trio or the high horsepower or Xander or anything, but like that's oh my gosh, but that's like the difference that like one move can make and kind of the magic of Pokemon. Like if that high horsepower had hit, we would have won the fight. There you go. There you go. My point exactly. So dang, that's really annoying. Anyway, I was going to say, why did I change my socials? Maybe if some of you have clicked on my socials whilst I've been waffling, you might even realize. And speaking of waffles, I'll talk about waffles later as well. No, basically, I did receive the news this week, earlier this week. It was a message from my book publisher, and they said, because my book doesn't like sort of get a whole load of sales each like half year or whatever, it sells slower than they would like, and so basically the process has begun where my book is going to no longer be available. They're not going to publish it, they're not going to stock it, they're not going to anything it, and the rights of the book will be reverting back to me. So maybe one day in the future I might be able to get it like republished or something. If I go on to become the most famous, successful person of all time, then the joke will be on them. But no, I understand though. If you have books where it's like, look, it's annoying to store them, and you know, it's like you can only have so many listings and da 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 da. And it happens a lot. My friend who was the one who kind of got me in with them said that usually about like 10 years it often happens with a lot of books, and we're coming up on like 9 since my book was published. So it's cool that I will get the rights, and it means that if I ever do want to like republish it, or I mean I could self-publish it again. It did start as a self-published book. I self-published it, and then I got it like published. But yeah. But so why do I say that? So that's why I changed my profiles this week. Because I did remove the happiness author from it, because it's just, and I have as well, if Xander wants to test this, I believe if you do ! Happiness, nothing will happen. Because it's just one of those things where I don't want to send people to a dead link or anything like that. I think you can still buy the book, so maybe if you've ever been curious about it, like now is the time to get it whilst whilst it's like maybe sort of still available. But basically the book's like not going to be available. I might be able to like buy up used copies, but like I said, I have no money, so it kind of depends on like how many copies they have or something. Like I might be able to buy them up and then I'll have them, but we'll see. If I had a load of money and they had like a dozen copies or so, I'd be like, oh yeah, I'll like buy those or whatever. But you know, if there's only like one copy and it's like, but the shipping to America is like really expensive, or you know, it's like, oh well, then I won't bother. And if they had like hundreds and hundreds, it's like, yeah, I don't have space for hundreds and hundreds. So I need to see like how many they have and when they're gonna do what they're gonna do and stuff like that. And I need to see if they're still gonna like leave it available to buy for a while, because I could do a hey, last chance to buy kind of post. So yeah. Zach, hello. I was just saying how my book is being dropped by my publisher and will soon not be available to buy. So if you've ever wanted to buy it, like, now is maybe the time for people to buy it, or it might even be too late already. So yes. But anyway. But yeah, but maybe someday we'll get day-to-day happiness. Bigger, better, and happier. Electric Boogaloo. Right, Armaldo is an Armal... No, I would say. Well, I know Scyther is bad against Torkoal, and Armaldo is like kind of good against Torkoal. I mean, on Lara, if you wanted to do some science here on Lara, I wouldn't judge you for it. It could be fun. You do have the quad resistance to Leaf Blade, but we only stream twice a week now, so go for it. It's Behem. Oh, that does have Meteor Beam, which is good against Torkoal. In fact, actually, you're about to Dynamax, so... okay, yeah, no, this is good. If we go for Torkoal, this is good, because you can Dynamax, use a Max Rockfall. We have, like, Sandstorm immunity, apart from you. Yeah, that's actually some pretty good science. It's not great for, like, you know, Leaf Blade resistance or whatever, but other than that, though, yeah, I'd say that's a win. But yeah, so the book. So yeah, so I just so I also changed my website and stuff as well, just because I don't want people going to like dead links or anything like that. So yeah, just like a few things this week. Yeah, the book, the Google storage, but I did get over like half a gig cleared, and that was just from like emails and Drive. That wasn't even like pictures, which is kind of like, you know, pictures are like the easy offender, you know. Right. I am going to... I'm just going to Sacred Sword just to get a bit of damage in, because I'm vulnerable to death here. But yes. Oh, can I just ask, has everyone here gotten their special event Farigiraf? In Scarlet and Violet, you can get a free Farigiraf. In a Cherish Ball and all that lovely stuff, and it's based on a Pokemon Worlds player who had one in their team. I think it's like, is it like Worlds Armor Tail is the code? So like W0RLDS like ARM0RTA1L, like that kind of thing. So it's like World's Armor Tail, but with the O's being zeros and the ones being I's, or other way around. But you know what I mean. But yeah, get it. Sounds like an eventful week. Well, that's the thing, it's weird because it's kind of like not been an eventful week, but I've just sort of managed to keep busy enough with like all the Google storage stuff, and then the book news coming through, and then I may have like got some gigs lined up for the next few weeks. Like, I think one of them will be like a sure thing, but then another one is like, I'll need to wait and see. Which is good, because there were some other gigs I was hoping on. I'd had auditions where I was like basically in like the final few, but I feel like I would have heard back from both of those by now if I'd got them, so that probably means I haven't got them. World's Armor Tail, that's the one. Just content knowing you got your shiny Wochen, and we will be getting Chen Pao soon as well. And then we'll be moving on to the next battles, which I don't know who is next. Tinglu, right? It's kind of because I kind of forget the names. It's because there's a bunch of overlap though, because there's like Wochen and then Chen Pao, and I don't know what a Chen is, so that doesn't like mean anything to me, but except for confusing me. And then there's Tinglu, and then there's it has like two in the name. The fire one? Oh no, Chiyu is the fire one. So yeah. So, but yeah, unfortunately, those names just don't mean anything to me. I just have to, like, remember them. So, Dugtrio, 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 Dugtrio. Nicely done, Xander. Chiyu has a good shiny. Blue Fire is always a good way to go if you need a good shiny. It is like a shame that so many shinies, basically, it's like, if they just go, like, black or white, or, like, if they're fire, have blue flame, like, that, you know, or if they're, like, grassy, give them, like, autumnal colors. Like, that's, like, the 4 horsemen of the shiny Ocalypse, basically. Like, black shinies, white shinies, blue, like, red flames go to blue flames, and like grass and leaves go to autumnal. That's like the 4 shinies of the shiny Ocalypse. Right, anyway, guys, gals, non-binary pals, fire away! See what I did there? It's not that funny. Right, shiny fish is all you need to hear for your attention. That's true. Black shiny with, yeah, bright highlights is always a safe bet. Yes, yeah. Yeah, as long as you still have some, like, some contrast there, yes. Yeah, if you just had something like a Torkoal where it was like, I don't know, its body turned into the shell color and then its shell went a darker black. Although that would still look pretty cool though, probably. But yeah. Right. Bohem. Just using Dark Pulse. I'm using Sacred Sword. Oh, wow. Oh, that did a lot of damage. I guess Sacred Sword does calculate things a bit differently though, doesn't it? Right. Oh, there we go. There's the fire! And there we go. Well done, Team 2! We made it through! Kartana is weak. You want to catch everything. Why the heck would you not catch the Legendary? Xander, please let you get a shiny of this. Please. You want to catch everything? You don't have to keep them, but always catch them. Ash, catch them. And please, like, stars and sparkles, sparkles and stars. I don't think I actually said that the first time around. So stars and sparkles, sparkles and stars, especially for Xander. It was his birthday on Monday. Like, come on. And it's been like a year since... We've been doing this over a year now. And granted, Xander didn't have the shiny charm right away, but... I mean, you got it, like, pretty early on, though, right, Xander? I mean, I think the date was, like, kind of traceable. I can't remember when you got it, but... I think you got it, like, before Christmas, though. So, you know, like, you've had it, like, over 8 months at this point. And that's, like, a generous... Like, oh, you've had it since Christmas. Like, you probably got it, like, back in, like, October or September of last year or something like that. Okay. Colossal is a no-lossal. Armaldo is something I needed as shiny, but didn't get. Torkoal is a Torkoal. But will we get... August 31st... No. Xander. No. Seriously? I was thinking, like, I feel like it was like the end of a month or something like that. But it was August? Dang, so yeah, you worked really hard and got that very quickly, because I started streaming, like, August 2nd. So the fact that you got that by, like, the 31st, you really got on it. Oh, man. I mean, not that you've... But still, like, the number of times you must have played since August 31st last year. Like, surely. Okay, will I get a silver thingied katana? No! Dang. So no one's got anything yet. I feel like there was a day last week we didn't have anything either. But anyway. So relaxed, docile, impish, and gentle. There's the gentle! Why do we keep getting these gentle legendaries? I'm going to go with the Armaldo, because it's the one I would have needed as shiny. Were it shiny, but it's not shiny, so I still need it as shiny. I don't think that made sense, but anyway. You saved the progress. Welcome back. Would you like us to keep a record of Kartana? I'm going to say yes. Chat, there is one thing I need to do. Before... Oh, I need to... Ew. Okay, I do need to, Oh, whoops. Oh, sorry, I'm thinking of, like, Scarlet and Violet, that's why. I was like, nothing happened. One thing I do need to do... Oh, well, hopefully I have the item for it. I need to evolve this, here, Durblade. Where is it? Where are the stones? Have I gone past the stones? I've gone past the stones, haven't I? Yeah, wait, hang on. Sorts. I'm just going to go name. Oh, hang on. Oh, the Sword and Shield. I love your menuing so much. Why did Scarlet and Violet like have such terrible menuing? Why did they not let the R and the L button like search through the, anyway. You like my team? Thank you. This was my extra team. This was like my backup team. Because again, Sword was like my original game, my original team. So this was like my second playthrough team. King's Shield. I'll teach it. Why not? Slash. Yeah, I'll just get rid of autonomize. There we go. So, chat, my lovely chat. Ta-da! Sorry, this is basically a Pokemon Go Aegislash, which basically means it registers in my Pokemon Home Pokedex in Pokemon Go. But look, there you go, the little symbol, Pokemon Go symbol. I am disappointed that, again, I really do wish that they would go back and edit old, like update old Pokemon games, because I really do think that because of like the backwards trading and stuff, it would have been good to have programmed in a Gen 9 Paldea symbol into this game, because you can have Paldean Pokemon in this game, and I think it would have been cool to have had that symbol in this game, even though it comes from like the future. Oh. But no, they didn't do that, so here we are. So basically, if you do trade a Paldean Pokemon into here, it just has that regular, like, Gen 8 symbol, which is a real shame. And it's silly. It's silly. Right, okay. So we saved the game 697 hours. So tomorrow, guys, we're probably going to pass, like, 700 hours tomorrow. Well, or next week. Anyway, we need to figure out Team 3, don't we? So, chat, is there anyone... Okay, let's just check, actually... if there are people in chat who could do a stack attacker, could you let me know? But if you can't do stack attacker, could you let me know if you can do like Nihilego or Celesteela? I can't remember which tickets Xander has, but I believe Xander does have tickets for one, if not both, of those Pokemon. So could you please say strike the number of times you've played? Let me know if you can do Stack Attacker. Let me know if you can do Nihilego or Celesteela. And then if you have the tickets for any of those other two, let me know. But this really might be an oops all Xander. So many hours. It really is. And Zach, this is my backup playthrough. So, like, this only had, like, 69 hours on it. Nice. Like, a year ago. So, basically, those 700 hours are strike streams. So, right, on Lara can do... Okay, Xander has a Nihilego ticket, but not Celesteela. That's it. I'm thinking of Kevin and Kieran for the Celesteela. But okay. Okay, we might be in a little bit of a tricky situation here, because on Lara can do Celesteela, but we don't have any Celesteela ticket people here today. Our Celesteela ticket people are both not here. So this could be a little bit of a sticky wicket. I think we're going to have to go for a stack attacker. And if OnLara wants to join us, like, for the memes, you can. But you don't have to on Lara. Because it does have a quadruple weakness. Well, no, it's a double weakness, isn't it? It's a double weakness for quad effective. So we probably could do it with only, like, 3 humans. And we could be at the mercy and the whimsy of a computer player. But should we go for the stack attacker? And then we could go for, like, the Nihilego, and then, I don't know, maybe we'll end the stream early, maybe we won't, I don't know, we'll figure it out. But does that sound like a plan? Like, we'll go for Stack Attacker now, and then, and that way we'll have, like, 3 or 4 people, and then same for Nihilego, basically. But then we might have to call it there. Okay, so on the Ycom, make sure you're connected to the internet. Talk to the nice lady. And we're going to say stack attacker. If you don't mind on Lara, that would be brilliant. But please don't, there's never any pressure to. I don't want to, like, waste people. Again, for the same reason I don't do certain legendary Pokemon is for the same reason I'm not going to, like, make you guys do Pokemon. If we had something really, really tough, I would be like, could someone join? But these Pokemon do have the × weaknesses, so it's not that bad. Let's go 0816 and then 1156. So like 0816 and then 1156, or 0816 1156. That's the code. Ready, set, bow. Here we go. On Lara, do you want to know what I found out this week, which immediately made me think of you? I genuinely did not know the fact that I am about to say. Whenever I read about, like, Disney villains, you guys know this, ground and fighting types are incredible, and water types are good too. Particularly if we get a rain team going. So for a lot of Disney movies, I've always seen trivia saying, for this character, this villain, they considered these actors, I've seen like a bajillion actors who they considered for, like, Jafar, before it was like Jonathan Freeman and this, that, and the other. And I've seen that for other characters as well. And in fact, I've even seen it for Hades in Hercules. I'd seen, they considered this actor, that actor, or whatever. What I didn't know, and what I didn't realize, I'd never heard this at all until, like, this week, even though this is probably, like, some very old info that's been out there for a very long time, that John Lithgow, as in Lord Farquaad John Lithgow, was, like, he had recorded, like, most of the movie, like, and, like, over the span of, like, a year, like, playing Hercules. Like, he had recorded for Hercules. It wasn't even just like, he was picked and then, but he had, like, done a lot of recording for Hercules before they then switched to James Woods. So yeah, I did not know that. I did not know that, like, there'd actually been, like, a whole load of other dialogue recorded for Hades. With, like, a different actor, because there's a difference between kind of like, actors who are desired, or someone who gets picked, or someone who records, like, a little bit, and it's funny because John Lithgow had a similar thing happen with The Good Dinosaur. He was supposed to be in The Good Dinosaur. I've said in the past about The Good Dinosaur, it had this whole other plot. They'd had this whole cast. They'd announced a whole cast, like John Lithgow, Frances McDormand, Neil Patrick Harris, Judy Greer, Bill Hader. They were all supposed to be in that movie. They'd, like, recorded most of the movie, and then they completely changed it, and, like, none of those people, I think, apart from, like, Frances McDormand, was in the final movie. It's wild. Right, anyway, let's do Stack Attacker. You can hear him as Hades. It sounds... That's like... I heard, like, one clip of it. I heard, like, there was, like, one clip that was available. Hitmontop ×4 super effective. Doublade has Sacred Sword, so there we go. Nidoqueen is even better than Doublade. Doublade. And Araquanid's pretty nifty as well. Because it has stab. So, okay, we've got a good team here. We have a genuinely good team here. Let's see if we can get more ground and stab fighting, though, shall we? Right, electric fire. Was there a ground to the right? Or no? Let's see. Morpeko, Dunsparce. Okay, I'm super effective against Dunsparce. And then there's Beheeyem. Marowak. Can we do Marowak? We haven't done Marowak in so long. And then there's a Cramorant. We could, yeah, okay. We could switch Doublade for the Cramorant and have Cramorant Dynamax, and then we could have, like, a rain team. I know that, like, Doublade could use a Max Knuckle and it could boost our attack stat, but I actually think setting up the rain could be better. It kind of like you'd be powering up more Pokemon, I think, by doing that. But so okay, I think we have a plan. But yeah, so there was, like, one clip, and it did kind of, like, it did work having him as Hades. Like, he was good, but obviously it was just, like, very different. And I do think what they did with James Woods was, like, still the better thing to do. I think like there's a description somewhere of like, you know, sort of sleazy car salesman, and that does kind of like, that just works. The fast talking sleazy car salesman kind of thing does just work so well for Hades. But see, that's like there's a really important story in here, like for actors about voice acting and things, where, you know, direction and creative effort can make such a difference, though, because I think with James Woods, I don't know if like that was his choice to kind of play Hades that way. I think that's just what they kind of like told him to do. I can't remember if that's true or not, but I know that he recorded the Justice League Crisis on Two Earths movie, which is really cool, by the way. If you like your DC superheroes, you've never seen that movie, that's a really cool movie. It's like an animated movie that's like an hour long or whatever, so it's not really even like a movie, but it's really cool. I really liked it. And James Woods is in it, and he's very good in it. But again, he was like directed into a very specific kind of performance, and so, you know, I'm not trying to like take anything away from his acting or whatever, but it's just one of those things where, you know, sometimes like you know, stories like that though can show how important a director can be, or someone being like, oh, do it this way, play it more in like this style, which goes against, say, like the actor's like instinct or like first choice, I should say first choice. But then you end up getting something that's like really, really good that, you know. So, I don't know, it's interesting. Sometimes, like, the actor will have an idea for something, and it's just like, wow, the actor just really, like, took this in a direction that we hadn't thought of. But sometimes it's like the director takes the actor in a direction they hadn't thought of. So, I don't know, it's an interesting thing. Right. Dunsparce. We do not want to switch through Dunsparce. I don't think. Don't think that's a good idea. Just watch the Dunsparce shine instead. Oh my gosh. Right, Marowak. We're gonna get ground down by a Marowak, and then we can. Oh yeah, but if we do the Cramorant, I know that Araquanid is not very good against Cramorant, but it still has like Poison Jab though, or something, right? Like, so it could still do some kind of Dynamax move to help out, I think. So this shouldn't be too much of a problem. If the Dunsparce is shiny, you are legally required to transfer it into your Scarlet and Violet, put it in your Scarlet and Violet game, save your game before doing this, right? But like you go into your Scarlet and Violet, you save your game, and you evolve it to test if it evolves into a three-segmented Dunsparce. Because, like, you gotta do that. You just gotta do that. I don't really know how the segment thing works. Like, how is the whole three-segment Dunsparce thing calculated? Like, there's obviously, like, some hidden number or some hidden quality that a Dunsparce has. But, like, do like, all Gen 8 Dunsparce, like, possess this? Or, like, basically, are Gen 8 Dunsparces forever destined to be two-segment Dunsparces, or can you get a three-segment Dunsparce from a Gen 8 Dunsparce? This is my question. So I'm saying the word Dunsparce a lot, but I actually don't know whether, like, you know, if you trade in a Dunsparce from a different generation, can they evolve into the three-segment Dunsparce, or can only Gen 9 Dunsparces do that? That is my question, because I actually don't know. I would like to think Nemona has a three-segment Dunsparce. She does. I don't think I actually have a three-segment Dunsparce of my own. I just don't really have the box space to, like, catch a whole load of Dunsparce and evolve them. So I don't think I actually have one. I have the different Tandem Mouse, but that's because, like, you can get them in raids, so, like, that's really easy. But with Dunsparce, I think you do just have to evolve them, right? That's the thing. I would assume it's possible, but I don't know for sure. That kind of basically is like my... And maybe like Bulbapedia have done the research, or someone has, you know. But I just don't know. I actually don't know if there's anything going on in Pokemon Go this weekend. Am I missing anything? I don't know. Oh, I really need to like trim my nails because it's... Again, I've got like flea bites and I need to scratch them, but like having longer nails is like not good with that. Right. Hopefully someone gets a shiny Marowak. But we'll have to see. Maybe I should get my nail clippers and do them in between battles or something. Maybe that's the secret. Maybe I should like trim them between battles. And then that will be the secret. But okay. Right, and then we'll do the Cramorant. But I do think we might want to get rid of the... I do think we may want to get rid of the... Well, actually, I don't know. What's kind of better? Like a weak Max Knuckle? The Max Knuckle would kind of mainly just benefit me, whereas I feel like a Max Geyser would benefit both Cramorant and Araquanid. That's kind of my logic. But then a Max Knuckle could, like... Well, no, Max Knuckle would help out Araquanid as well, actually. But, so, I don't know. Right, here we go. Come on, here we go. Actually, what... Araquanid does have poison, right? Yeah, okay, no, we're fine. Am I faster than Araquanid? Let me check, hang on. 116... I am. Okay. A bit unconventional, but I am actually going to use a coaching here, because this will help out Araquanid a little bit, and then it will help out Doublade as well. So that's kind of my theory, my game theory. Also, my game is lagging a little bit. Well, no, the OBS is lagging a little bit, so we'll see how that goes. Okie doke. But yeah, John Lithgow. Anyway, in conclusion, John Lithgow, Hades. I had no idea. Again, I have always seen on trivia that, like, oh, they considered, you know, for the villain, they considered all these actors. But I didn't know that, like, he had done a whole load of recording for the movie. And now it's like, wait, that's happened to him twice, where he's, like, recorded for an animated movie, and then they've, like, gone in a different direction. I mean, at least with The Good Dinosaur, they, like, overhauled the whole movie. But then again, I'm sorry, but I wasn't really a big fan of that movie. It just kind of... I don't know. It just sort of... I just feel like it didn't really have a whole lot going on in it. It kind of feels like a movie that got overhauled in a way. But there are some movies where like they have like overhauled type elements to them, and you would have no idea. Do you want to know my primary example of this? A movie where they had a really big late change, and you would have no idea watching the movie. My prime example of this... Ooh, Shadow Ball. My prime example of this is Despicable Me 2, the second Despicable Me movie. That movie, right, was the villain in it, whatever he was called, like El Macho or whatever it was called. He was supposed to be played by Al Pacino. And Al Pacino had recorded the whole movie. I do not know what the heck happened, but like weeks before the movie ended, and when before the movie premiered, and when I say weeks before the movie premiered, I mean like literally like something like 6 weeks or something. 6 weeks like before the movie came out, he like left the project, but like the project would have pretty much been done at that point, so I don't know what the heck happened, but he like left over creative differences, even though like... But the movie's done. Also, are we going to beat this in 3 turns? I'm a bit worried we're going to beat this in 3 turns. Oh no, here we go. No, we're good. So, but like, so he recorded for the villain, but then weeks before the movie came out, like he left the project over creative differences. Even though, again, like I'm pretty the movie would like animation takes a long time. Like the movie would have been finished like 6 weeks before it came out. But anyway, they had to get Benjamin Bratt, who's a different actor, to come in and re-record all the dialogue. And again, at that point, the movie is like animated, so there's like no room for improv. Your performance would have to be sort of very limited in a lot of ways because it still has to kind of match the animation of the original actor. So I would say Cramorant could be a good switch here. Because you get the stab as well. You get like stab Dynamax, and you'd be helping out Araquanid. So, but yeah, but basically, so if you watch Despicable Me 2, the villain in that movie had to like record all the dialogue for it like several weeks before the movie came out. Like, and he had to basically just kind of match another actor's performance whilst also still kind of leaving your own stamp on it, but like having to match timing. He basically had to dub the movie. So like basically the villain in that movie is dubbed. I mean, it's an English to English dub, so it is a little bit easier, thank goodness, but still. But I think if you watch that movie, I don't think most people, a significant majority of people would know that anything was like quote unquote off with that movie. Like I don't think you watch that movie and you think, hang on, this character looks really like. There are movies like the Madam Web movie. I've never watched that movie, but I've seen like clips of it, and people have talked about how that movie has bad ADRing, where like the character has a line where it like clearly doesn't match his mouth flaps and stuff like that. And so with a movie like that, you can tell like, oh, something happened, or they changed this scene or something, you know. But with Despicable Me 2, I don't think you get any of that in the movie or in that performance at all. Like Benjamin Bratt is so good in that movie. He gives such a good performance as that villain character, El Macho, or whatever he's called. It's really good, and you would not know that like he did that in such a limited way weeks before it came out. You would have just thought he was the guy they went to like right from the beginning. So yeah. But isn't that wild? If you didn't know that, go watch Despicable Me 2 and go listen to that performance and look at it, and you'll be like, wow. Also, there's a cat meowing outside. Don't know why. May need to go check that out. But yeah. And guys, gals, non-binary pals, we did it! We beat a stack attacker. We beat a Pokemon with a ×4 weakness whilst having multiple Pokemon that can exploit the ×4 super effective. Okay, so well done, everyone. We want to catch everything. Stars and sparkles, sparkles and stars. But yeah, doing a whole movie of work and then just having it thrown away. That's the thing. I mean, it must be. It is like a. Getting replaced as an actor is just a weird and sad and sucky thing. I'm glad for John Lithgow that, like, literally within a couple of years, he had, like, a, you know, basically a, sorry to Hercules, but a way more iconic film and probably a way more well, actually, no, I won't say more iconic performance, but a way more iconic film in Shrek. Because obviously, he then did Lord Farquaad, so it kind of all worked out in the end. But that must have been very annoying, though, recording Shrek and just being like, yeah, whatever. Like, I'll probably get replaced. I might need to check on these cats, but... Oh! You got a Cramorant! You got the orange Cheeto Cramorant! Dunsparce is a no. Marowak is a no. Dang, I wanted the Marowak, but... Will I get a Skybo with Onlara? No. At least someone got a shiny. But will we get the Golden Stack Attacker? No. That grey looks a bit more yellow today, but otherwise no. Okay, Dunsparce is a no, Marowak's a no, Cramorant's a no, and Stack Attacker is a no. Chat, has anyone come along who can do a Nihilego? if Onlara wants to once again join us, even though, but Nihilego. Oh, Kiba's here. Oh, oh wait, does Kiba have Celesteela? Does Kiba Celesteela dooba dooba doo doo? Because maybe we could do something like, because if Kiba has Celesteela, then we could do something like Celesteela with Onlara and then Nihilego with Amelia or something like that. We could do something like that. I feel like that could be a path to Kieran. There's no Kieran. Sorry, I just found it funny because Kieran changes names so often. In fairness, it's like how would you know? Maybe Kieran is there, and we've just been ignoring him the whole time. But anyway. Hang on, chat. The cats are going nuts. Does that sound like if Kiba has a Celesteela, maybe we could do like Kiba, Xander on Lara, and then we could do a Nihilego with Xander and have like Xander, Kiba, and Amelia, something like that. Let me know if that sounds good. I'll be back in a sec, okay? But hang on, cats are upset and distressed. I might give them some more food. So BRB. We are back. Okay, is everyone good? So did that sound okay? That plan? I don't think anyone has. But so we were gonna have. Hang on, Kiba, Xander, on Lara for Celesteela if Kiba has it, and then everyone say lemons just as well. And then but then we could have like. But then we could have. So these were my two suggestions. Because that's the thing, we didn't hear anything from Kiba about the ticket, so there's a very important crucial part to the plan. Okay, everyone did say lemons. Okay, right, let's just quickly check natures. Hang on. Docile, calm, lonely, and timid, which is an interesting choice. You can never have too many Dunsparces, I suppose. I suppose, actually, let's keep the Dunsparce, because maybe I could, like, transfer it over to Scarlet and evolve it or something like that. Okay. Okay. So, yeah, okay. So why don't we have Kiba host a Celesteela, and then have Xander... if Amelia, if you don't mind sitting this one out, if that's okay, and then you can join the next one for Nihilego, if that's okay. Kiba, do you have tickets for Celesteela and Nihilego, or is it just that you can do Nihilego? Again, this is where like my wires get crossed and stuff like that. Xander has a Nihilego ticket, so we're good, but I'm thinking maybe, would you like us to keep a record of where you found Stack Attacker this time? I am going to say yes. Okay. But I think basically that could be the plan. Like Kiba, Xander on Lara for Celesteela, and then Amelia, Xander, Kiba. You can do Nihilego. Okay, so we do need to have Xander like host that. Okay. Well, that means we're having an oops all Xander day today, but it is Saturday, so. Okay, and we got to get Xander the Shiny before August 31st, for the love of Nelly. Right, we're going to say anything goes. So make sure you're connected to the YCOM Team 4. Kiba on Lara Xander, do. So Kiba should have a Celesteela silhouette. To the left. And then we'll sort of take it from there, basically. But yes, so the book got discontinued. Google storage shenanigans have been this way for the week. There's a reward for a giraffe. I'm just going through those. Waffles! I made waffles. Tasty, tasty waffles that I've been eating, and I've been enjoying my waffles. But I need to... I want to make some sort of custom waffles with like a recipe to get more like stuff in them. Yeah. Right, 08161525. That's the code. Ready, set, bow. I am in 4th place because I was too slow. So there we go. Okay, nicely done, everyone. So Celesteela is like a Skarmory. It's steel and flying. That means it's weak to fire and electric. So easy does it. But I have been enjoying my waffles lately. But yeah, I want to make them... I made like a batch with like bananas instead of egg. So you don't get like a crispy waffle, but it's still... You get something you can put in a waffle maker and it's delicious. Water types are pretty good as like a neutral kind of dealy. They can help us get fire types. And Swampert can get electric and fire, so that works. But yeah, not really a fan of waffles, Amelia. Really? I really like waffles. I like how they're sort of soft on the inside, but they're sort of crispy on the outside. They're just pretty good. I like them. I'm going to go with Halucha just because low sweep is kind of useful. Like a fresh made waffle. Oh yeah, Zach, you had the heartburn. Is everything okay now? Because yeah, you said about that after we talked about it. But okay, Lycan Rock. Hang on, Mr. Mime. That's a regular Mr. Mime, right? No, that's the Ice Mr. Mime. Okay, Ice is bad anyway. Where's all the electric and fire? I'm not seeing electric and fire. Indeedee has mystical fire. Oh gosh, oh gosh, oh gosh. Oh, I didn't even get to press. I was pressing, but it didn't even register my press. I selected left because we're all like super effective with it. You do like pancakes though. See, I grew up having grown up in England. Pancakes for me. Oh, Malamar does have Thunderbolt, doesn't it? Oh, that's true. Yeah, that's. I did see the Malamar, but I forgot it had that. What's better, Indeedee with Mystical Fire or Malamar with Thunderbolt? I would actually be inclined to say Indeedee, because Indeedee's more of a special attacker. But. And Malamar is like awkward. If we need to rely on any like Dynamaxing options or stat boosting moves or anything, Malamar can be a bit awkward as well. The thing, I like how you both. The thing, except Kiba actually. Oh no, wait. Oh no. Oh no. Yeah, sorry. On Lara said it before Kiba, but Kiba said Jinx first. That is so funny. You did write the exact same thing in the exact same way. It wasn't even like one of you capitalized the T on Thunderbolt. That's pretty funny. Right, anyway, Swamp Kiba has the power. Okay, here we go. Low sweep, baby, low sweep. Right, blah, 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 blah. Right, Taunt, more like a flaunt. And then Max Quick. No setting up the rain today, because we're going to be being it in 2 turns anyway, I guess. And that special defense boost is actually not, against the Lycan Rock, that's not really that helpful, is it? But nevertheless, we're going to beat this thing pretty quickly and easily, aren't we? Well done, Team 4. Let's just keep going. Oh, you're not allowed to play the Jinx game. There was an incident when your bro and you were kids. Oh my gosh, that sounds hilarious. Was it like an episode of? No, what was the episode? Was this incident like actually quite serious, or was it kind of like? Did it kind of have its amusing charms, like in an episode of a TV show where there's like a character who gets jinxed, and you know, like an episode of Recess or Bluey? I remember like Recess had a Jinx story, Bluey had one. There's a little bit on The Simpsons where Bart is jinxed and is trying to get Homer to say his name. That's pretty funny. But yeah. Oh yeah, some of you may have seen that my Positive Thinkers Unite wristband broke. That was actually my second one. I got one all the way back in 2012, and then when it broke, the person who made them was like, "Oh, I think I have an extra I can send you." So they sent me the one that I had been wearing like throughout my Ooh, okay. Would Swampert not have been better? I don't know. Unless we're doing double science. Well, Politoed, we could have Rain Team. Okay. I genuinely don't know which way to. I'm just gonna go for the science because I didn't know what to. But okay. I don't know if anyone's gonna science or not. I kind of thought maybe we could have like a rain team featuring Thunderbolt, but on Lara's gonna go for it. The whimsical Saturday. On Lara, he took things pretty seriously. We were alone. You jinxed him so he couldn't speak. It was hours before someone came and said his name. Oh, okay. Yeah, no, that sounds fair enough and annoying. So, okay, I'm glad nothing like disastrous happened. Because that's the thing, when you're a kid, like, say if something had happened where, like, say if, like, you'd had an accident and he needed to, like, call an ambulance or something, you know, like, you could be in a situation where it's like, but I'm not allowed to speak. So, yeah. You were highly amused. He was not. That sounds fair enough. But okay, I'm glad it's more in line with, like, you know, Recess or Bluey or The Simpsons and not the nightmare that I just outlined. But yes. But yeah, anyway, Positive Thinkers Unite Band. But yeah, so my wristband broke. Some of you may have seen that or whatever. And then yeah, and that was and that one that broke was like my second one. So I got one in 2012. It broke when I moved here, or like not long after I moved here. And then the second one I've been wearing in all my time here, right? So I'd had the first one about like 6 years, and then this last one I had 7 years. But I was thinking, oh well, that's the end of the journey. I did actually. Here's the funny thing, I did actually, when I was sent the one that broke recently, like, because I got sent that when I moved out here. So I moved out here, the wristband I was wearing broke, and then the person who made them was like, oh, I've got like an extra I can send you, or I think I have extras, I could send you one. And then basically she sent me 2. So I knew I did have like an extra one somewhere, but I was like, but I don't really want to wear it because I don't want that one to break. Like, I want to keep one of them as like a memento. Because the first one I got was like a part of my very first America trip, so I kind of always want to have one intact to kind of as like a memento of like that trip kind of thing, even though that doesn't quite make sense. But basically, what's really funny is, so after this one broke, I said I may have an extra one somewhere, but I don't want to wear it. But then the lady was like, oh, I think I do have like one final one that I could give you. Like, before I had extras, now I have just like a final one. So she sent me like the final one. But what's really funny is the one she sent me was very similar to my original one, because basically there were kind of like 2 models of wristband, if that makes sense. There was like my original one I got in 2012, and then the one I got in 2017 was actually different. Like, it's like made differently, and it's got a little bit of different writing on it and stuff like that. So she basically sent me like I am going to go for the Indeedee, because Malamar is also good against Slowking, but we'll see. And then I guess I'll switch for this. Groval's not very good against Celesteela, unfortunately. But basically, yeah. So basically, she sent me one, but it was based on like my original one from 2012. So she still had one. So basically, she sent me a wristband that's probably like a decade old. And yeah, so basically, I had one old style wristband and one new style wristband. And because the old style wristband, like, that thing like wore out very quickly, and then it died in like a faster time period, whereas the newer one lasted way longer, and it lasted way longer, and it just didn't wear out as quickly and stuff either. So what I've done is I dug out the extra one that I had gotten before, like the Mark II wristband, and that's the one I'm now wearing. So I am wearing a wristband again, yay! But it's based off my new one, because when she had sent me like one that was based off my like original 2012 one, it's like, well, if I'm gonna keep a memento, if I'm gonna keep one for like preservation's sake, I may as well keep the one that like wears out more quickly and is based on like the original thing I had when I went to America for the very first time. And wow, that did a lot of damage. So yeah, no more bare wrist, at least for a few more years. Oh, I thought this was swap for slot 4 so it could Dyna. I mean, I'm in slot 4, right? So I will die. Yeah, if I said anything different briefly, yeah. But I was thinking I would take this because I was thinking that emotional damage. I was thinking that yeah, because I'm in the 4th, but you're so used to me being the host. Yeah, no, and we kind of breezed through those first 3, didn't we? But yeah, I am in 4th place, so yeah, I will take this for the Dynamaxing. I have just realized that one of our Pokemon is like at least one of our Pokemon is probably going to be using water moves, which is not ideal, but oh well. I was a bit like, did I like suggest anyone else Dino? I don't even remember saying something like, oh, we could switch Grovyle or something like that. Anyway, Bug. But yeah, so I do have a covered wrist once again. But this is my last one now, because I do want to just keep the other one and preserve it. I don't want it getting worn out or anything. So, emotional damage! Right, Dynamax, Max Flare, here we go. Oh, I could use a Max Phantasm to lower defense. But I am just going to use the Mystical Fire. So, anyway. But yes. But actually, just quickly, before I move, there's one other thing I was going to talk about. But Xander, well, there are two things. I was going to talk about. So I'll talk about we'll make the penultimate one, Xander. So Xander, like, how was your birthday? How was your birthday week? Did you have fun? Give it a rating out of 13 for us. No, I don't know. But like, what were kind of some of the things you did, or was there anything that like you did that was kind of a surprise, or that took you by surprise, or did anyone do anything surprising? Or anything that you did like more spontaneously, like you're like, screw it, I'm getting a meal from this restaurant that I hadn't planned on going to. I don't know. Or did you kind of like have a plan and stick to it? Right, Sharpedo, getting the boost. So yeah, if we just stick to like our assurances and max flares and all this stuff, I'm sure it'll all be fine. Okay. Right, assurance. Nice. Good hit. Critical hit. Max flare, more like a human hair. Ooh, you mostly stayed home. That sounds like a good plan to me. What has the weather been like where you are? Because, I mean, there has been a lot of, like, heat for a lot of people. Like, LA has had quite a cool summer, relatively speaking. But, like, we've still got, you know, like, the rest of August and September and October to go. And famously, those can still be very hot. October is when you start maybe needing, like, a hoodie at nighttime. Oh, did you have cake/pie? That's a good question. Yeah, see, tell us all about the type of cake and goodies you had. Those are good questions, Zach. But right. Oh, are we going to beat this in 3 turns? I'm a bit worried we're not. But Zada says hot. Yeah. It's just been hot like ever. It's so weird that like LA has been cool, but then like loads of other places have been like really hot. Right, come on, we're so close. 88 Fahrenheit, but feels like 95. Ooh, yeah. That's Lily, hot for you too. Zach, too hot. Everyone's hot except me. But there we go. Okay, not very effective. Ice punch. Come on, freeze, cheese freeze, cheese freeze. No. I mean, don't get me wrong, like, the LA weather is still, for a lot of people, it'd still be like, yeah, this is, like, too much or whatever, but it hasn't been, like, when I first moved here, within, like, the first 2 or 3 weeks of me being here, there was a day where it was, like, 113 degrees Fahrenheit. It was pretty wild. Whereas, like, this summer, we've only had, like, we haven't really had there's only been like a couple of times where it's like gone over 100. So been getting nothing but rain, but it's hot rain, Zach says. Wow. Okay, so well done everyone. Amelia, you are up next. We're going to be tagging you back in, and Onlara will be relieved of duty. But yeah, so the next round we're going to have, not Zach, we're going to be having Xander. It's because it is Xander, Zach. Xander, Kiba, and Amelia. And Xander, you're going to be hosting, okay? Good luck, everyone. Stars and sparkles, sparkles and stars. Click like on the video if you haven't already. How many... Are we in a double-digit number of, like... Well, we had, like, 14 earlier, right? So, do we maybe have something like 17 now? Maybe we could have, like, 16 or 17, something like that. That could be good. But, right, Lycanroc is a no. Persian is a no. Indeedee is also a no. But will we be getting... the white bamboo Celesteela? Couldn't remember what it was called. I messed it up. No. No, I about an hour ago I said maybe we would end after 4. But ever since Kiba came along, I've been saying we'll do 5. So, yeah, no, we're not done yet. Again, we were maybe going to end earlier when we didn't have many people, but then Kiba came along, so... Amelia, you're just doing a Dynamax Raiden Sword. Oh no, well, how long will it take? Like how many, like which round are you in, like the first battle, second battle, third battle, or legendary battle? We'll figure it out in a minute. Right, let's check some natures and abilities. Oh, we got timid. And modest. Oh, modest is good. Naive, that's not bad. And quirky, which is kind of quirky. Okay, I'm just gonna go for the poison. And there we go. I did also hear, speaking of actors recording stuff and then getting replaced, I did hear that for Mushu, I heard this today, it's probably the same Instagram feed that then told me this, but apparently for Mushu, they did have Joe Pesci record a bunch of stuff, but then they replaced him with Eddie Murphy. But that sounds a bit more like they recorded it with him a bit, it just then wasn't working, and then they replaced him. But I didn't know that like someone else had recorded for Mushu. Again, it sounds like John Lithgow had done more for Hades than Joe Pesci had for Mushu, but there you go. So in other words, if you hadn't shown up, Bo would have wrapped the stream early. That in all likelihood is how it would have looked, yes. I can't imagine no Eddie Murphy as Mushu. I know, right? Like, it just... I know. Like, it is weird when you get an actor where... It is weird when you get someone when you hear that they're like, they weren't the first choice, or that someone else was there first for a bit, or whatever. I don't know. But then, like... I don't know. Just, it'd been weird. Right, I've got my ages slash, don't I? Okay, cool. Cool. How do you cool? Okay. So Amelia. So how far are you in this Dynamax adventure? Okay, so tomorrow, if we're at 698 now, yeah, so tomorrow we'll be hitting 700. That's wild. That is wild. Oh, I tell you what, hang on, maybe I should get the nail clippers and I can clip my nails. Because I joked about that earlier, but maybe I'll just go do that. But yeah, well, that's it. I mean, if we don't hear anything from Amelia, maybe we will be ending the stream early. Because we do need an extra person. I mean, I know Lara could join us technically, but so I guess one way or another we'll be fine. But no, okay, Xander, I'm glad you had a good day. I'm glad everything was good. Xander had so many birthday wishes on the post I did, saying, but I believe that means that a certain Mr. Kramin. You're just doing a Dynamax raid. You're doing a raid, not a raid adventure. Okay, so are you done with your raid now? Is basically the question. Sorry, are you done with your... Yeah, no, are you done with your raid, and not the adventure? Sorry, if you say a Dynamax raid, I'm just gonna... If I see... I don't know, I kind of forget about Dynamax raids as a thing that people would still be sort of doing, but also on Discord, mostly from Sarah and some of the other mods. Oh, nice. Okay, so you're not in it anymore. So basically, you are good and available. If we begin setting up Annihilego, you'll be good to go now is basically the question. Like, because if you're good to go, then Sarah was the first, and she will always at you. Ah, good old Sarah. But if Amelia can join, then so Xander, why don't you like get the code going? Just because we do want to kind of wrap things up kind of soon, and then basically if Amelia can join, and then if not, I don't know. We'll either just have 3 people, or on Lara can join, or whatever. But okay, so let's make sure we're connected to the internet and talk to the nice lady. And then we'll say, or I will say, anything goes, while Xander selects the Nihilego. And then 08160341. I like it. It's a good code. It's a good, strong code. But no, chat. The only other thing I was going to talk about today, I did do a social media post on this, for those of you who do see my social media posts. But basically, though, I did do a post about this, and let me know if you guys have like any examples of this or anything to add on to this, because I am interested. A thing I am very frustrated by is how we as a society, how we use like the wrong words to describe things. And so we describe things in a certain way. So this in theory, this should be Xander, myself, Kiba, and Amelia. But anyway, Bark. But basically, we as a society, like, often describe things using words that don't really actually truly describe what they are, or we will use language and phrasing that kind of glorifies things that, like, we shouldn't glorify. And so I just get very, like, frustrated by this, right? That, like, we talk about things incorrectly. And one of the examples I have is a lot of the language around and sort of ideas and conceptions around strength. And when I say strength, I mean it beyond, say, just like physical strength, like other, like sort of strength of character. And so politically, for example, like if you have someone who is like an authoritarian, they're often called a strongman. But, like, there's nothing strong about being an authoritarian. Like, authoritarians are very weak people, like, famously so. And so it just really annoys me. On Lara, if you would like to, I think that probably would be a good idea. Thank you very much. Okay. I do really appreciate the assists today on Lara. Okay, so... okay, hang on. So, I didn't even say. Nihilego, weak to ground, and then steel, water, psychic. So, and watch out for poison and rock and brutal swing, I guess. In which case, I'm just going to go for beware. Oh, Kingler's nifty. But yeah, so, but it's just, there's nothing, like, strong about these people. They're very weak, insecure, you know, like, well, yeah, just sort of pathetic, insecure people, really. Okay, let's see what we got. Oh, I missed all of them. I did see, like, more Pecco, but let's see what we got. Rock, water. I did see water on the top right, so hang on. Let's see. Mudsdale was to the left. Oh, no, but then Politoed. I would say Politoed is better than Mudsdale, personally. But then the rest of these are all kind of rubbish, though. Okay, I don't know whether we'll be able to... Okay. We can either go towards the Mudsdale, or we can go for the Politoed. I don't know which is going to be better. I suppose if Mudsdale were the Dynamaxer, maybe it could be okay. But I actually just think that maybe Politoed with the rain and stuff like that could be better. I genuinely don't know. Actually, no, Max Quake is good for getting our special attack up, so I don't know. I really don't know. Orbeetle is not very good against Nihilego, so we want to get rid of Orbeetle, right? We'll figure it all out in a minute, I guess. I don't know if there's any science or anything. Maybe if there are scientists, we can look at which paths have science. But the thing is, if we've got Kingler... Here's the thing, right? For Kingler, we actually don't want to use Dig against Nihilego. We just want to use Crab Hammer. So if we have Kingler, who just died... But if we have Kingler using Crab Hammer on Nihilego, and if we have the Rain up, that's, like, even better. So, like, basically, I do think if we go for Politoed and Kingler could be a good sort of team core. And then if we keep the Sudowoodo, and maybe if I switch for someone or something, I might switch for this Morpeko. I don't know. Morpeko is good against Politoed, so I might go for Morpeko for that reason. Speaking of Kingler, 07, Sada says. Kiba, why you? Because you're the only K person we have left, and that means that you have to replace Kevin. But anyway, but no, anyway, but we use a term like strongman for people who are very weak people. So it's like, why do we do that? And like, why do we like sort of, and if you call something strong, like calling something strong is like a compliment. And so if you're taking like someone like an authoritarian, and like authoritarians aren't good, I feel like we've kind of decided that as a society. And yet why do we give them like a flattering name like a strongman, or we call their tactics like strong arm tactics? Like that's kind of like flattering, but we like shouldn't do that. And it's like how, and again, another thing, like, you get this idea of like soft power and hard power. And hard power though is basically like stupid, chaotic, insecure power, whereas soft power means like smart power. So like, why don't we call soft power smart power, and strong power and like hard power stupid power? Because like that makes way more sense and is just way more like accurate and reflective. So, but can you guys think of anything like that where we as a society kind of like, I don't know, we kind of call something, there's like something that's bad, but we use like quite flattering language about it, or we give something a name that makes it sound cool, or makes it sound big, or makes it sound impressive, but that actually it's like not really. But yeah, if we go right, we can get the Politoed. If we end up accidentally going left, we could have done like an Electabuzz and Mudsdale duo, I suppose. But I think having Politoed is going to be better. But yeah, if we use our water move, I know Politoed has Max Quake, but again, if we have the Rain up and we use water moves, I think that will be... That might just be like a slightly better thing to do. Also, Nihilego has a weaker physical defense than special, so we probably do want to hit it on its like special side rather than physical. I tell you what, I am going to go with a Max Lightning, very, very frightening me, just because it is like my strongest attack. So, but yes. Why did you mean this Dark Mouse target? Well, that's what I'm saying, because like Kevin's not here, so like someone needs to be the target, and you are the only other K name person here. So Kevin, Kiba, it naturally diverts to you. Kiba comes before Kieran, so it's you, then Kieran, and then whoever's next in the alphabet. Right, Max Lightning, very, very frightening me. Ooh. Silver, our favorite decoy. Exactly, Zach. Exactly. Exactly. There we go. Exactly. Whatever. The point is, oh, Stone Age missed it. There's 2 feet in front of you. I nearly actually dropped my controller. I was like so outraged then. Right, I'm going to use a max darkness. I'm going to use 1 max darkness here because that will help out Orbeetle, I guess. And then my max lightning, very, very frightening, will do a ton more damage. So throwing a tantrum next. Tantrum isn't really a whole... Is tantrum accurate? We might need to check how much HP we do. But there we go. Right back to Eddie Murphy, though. Like, how did you miss? He's 3 feet in front of you. But anyway, well, 2 feet in front of you. Okay. Oh, okay, right. There we go. That's good. But yeah, I don't know. Is there anything that you guys kind of think where we kind of like name it wrong or we name it weirdly? Or was that correct? No, that was just that powerful. Dang. Right, Stomping Tantrum. Okay, Stomping Tantrum for the win. Well done. Team 5. I feel alive. Okay, so let's do this thing. Well done. Well done. 100% accuracy. Okay, I think high horsepower is the one that doesn't have the 100%. The high horsepower is the one that's 95, isn't it? So yeah, high horsepower is the higher power but lower accuracy, and then Stomping Tantrum is the like lower power, more accuracy. I don't think we want to switch for this, do we? Because we're facing a Politoed next, and a Flareon would be a terrible idea. So let's just keep going to the land of Hoenn. I should have said go into Hoenn, but never mind. Instead of going to Hoenn. But right, Politoed, and we get some berries after this. That's pretty cool. Doo-doo. Right. But yeah, I mean, additionally, I do just get annoyed at a lot of the news and stuff, like corporate news media and stuff, where there's very much more of a focus on like narratives than like actual truth, and I feel like, please don't water the fake true game. I like it. Right, okay. Hopefully my Aura Wheels and Thunderbolts and Lightning can be very, very frightening and get us a win here. But yeah. But I mean, corporate news media sucks because they do play into like narratives a lot rather than just kind of the truth. Just like report things how they are, you know, and like give all the context that's kind of needed between things. Like if someone lies all the time, don't just like report their lies, or if someone is saying something that isn't true, don't like just parrot it back, because it's like it's not true. Like just tell the truth. It's all just very weird stuff, you know. Right. Okay. Psychic. Very nice. Okay, Morpeko, speed right. Oh, Christ, he's a Max Quake. Don't you dare do it on Morpeko. Oh, he's doing it on Morpeko, but I said not Morpeko. Was that a crit, or did that really just do that much damage? Ah, that might have just done that much damage. Dang. Well, that sucks. That really sucks. That really sucks. Okay, Max Knuckle. More like a Max Shuckle. Oh no, Nightbot's still got the wrong message on the thing. I thought I changed that. Oh, I need to change that. Like let me get my pen. Where's my pen? I need to like change that. Hang on. Nightbot. Timed schedule. Hopefully I remember what that means. Right, anyway, I need to just cheer you guys, gals, non-binary pals on. 2, 4, 6, 8. Is this cheer feeble or great? Feeble? No. But helping hand? Yes. After you? No. Wait. What's going on here? Wait, no, we just want to like don't we want to just like attack this thing as much as possible? After you seems like a weird choice. I don't think we really care about Kingler. Oh no, it has like the teens' bit of health left. Oh, if we detect it. And oh my gosh, person with a face. Person with a face. Orbeetle's in 4th place, right? So that means that we're whoever's in 4th place is switching for this Politoed. Person with a face has just donated $10 on Super Chat. Person with a face, thank you so much. That's so kind. I really appreciate it. That's very generous. But yeah, so whoever's in 4th place is the Orbeetle, right? Because yeah, Orbeetle is weak to rock, so I don't think we really want that. And if we can have like a max geysering Politoed with the rain up, like that physical water in the rain, that and Kingler I think will really demolish. I think those two will really demolish. And the Sudowoodo has Stomping Tantrum as well. So I think if we do all that, we'll demolish Nihilego. So oh, it's Poppy, that's why. Wait, Sudowoodo is Poppy? Wait, Martin? Wait, hang on. Amelia? Wait, hang on. None of the... Wait, we've, like, disconnected. We've, like, all disconnected. Oh, crud. Oh, well, I would have switched for the Politoed if I'd have realised. Dang it, I was like, Amelia. I mean, and I was thinking of Gemma, and no. Oh, no. No, I was thinking of Emilia, but I saw Amelia, and then that's why I didn't think twice about that. Oh, crud, we've like all... Are you guys all disconnected, or just am I disconnected? Are we all in separate multiverses, or am I in like a complete... Oh, I would have switched. I would have switched if I'd have known. Crud. Crud. I would have switched. I wouldn't have, like, kept it... No, Politoed, I need you to use liquidation! See, this is why I would have switched. Oh, gosh. I kind of forget Politoed as Helping Hand. Right, there's the Psychic. You guys are still together, it's just me. Okay, that's very weird. Don't know why I disconnected. I thought that after you was weird. I was like, well, that doesn't make any sense. No, Sudowoodo, you've got ×4 super effective! And it doesn't have any physical moves except for Brutal Swing. You don't need to worry about that nonsense. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. Okay. Right, max darkness to the max. Okay, well, let me know how things are going in your universe. My universe, they're not going great. We've got stab super effective stuff here, guys. Stab super effective, and they're not doing it. They're not doing it. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. Right, max darkness. Oh, you guys got your Nihilego down already? Oh, you beat it in 1 turn? Oh, that's the power of computers. But this is why I want to play with you guys, and this is why I've had to cut back to the weekends, because we just don't have I mean, we don't even have enough people on the weekends now, but we weren't getting enough on the weekdays either. Okay, so no shinies for you guys? Oh, but Xander! And Xander Day! And this is like the last Xander Day. And like, we needed it for Person with a Face. We needed to please Person with a Face. See, this is what... We could have won in 2 turns if you'd have just attacked. Oh, wait! Stomping Tantrum for the win! 2 turns! Huzzah! Oh, okay. Well done, everyone. Well done! So, stars and sparkles, sparkles and stars! Every day is Xander Day. It was last week. It's not this week. But, oh well. Ah, chat, my lovely chat. Can someone make a Bo being mad Corvids? No, that's actually not me, like, being, like, mad. It's me being, like, a little bit frustrated and then just, like, playing it up comically. But that's not me. When I'm, like, actually mad, it's, like, sort of... I don't know. It's just one of those... When I'm, like, really mad, I just, like, can't keep up with, like, the pleasantries kind of thing. That doesn't mean I, like, start swearing loads, but I just mean I kind of, at that point, just don't really care about, like, I don't know, sort of being nice when I'm, like, really mad kind of thing. If I'm, like, really mad at someone or something, I'm, like, I am foregoing my British sense of politeness and ensuring that you, the other person, are okay. Because, yeah, I just get fed up. Right. Morpeko is a no. Flareon is regular. Politoed is not blue, it's green. That's a good green, though. Will we get... I am due a shiny, sort of, kind of, soon. Will we get the Golden Lego? No. Dang. Okay. So, Morpeko, no. Flareon, no. Politoed, no. Nihilego, no. Just gonna check the natures. Relaxed, calm, hasty. Let's not be too calm. But yeah, okay. I think I'm gonna go for the Politoed. If you need to complete your Pokedexes, Politoed's a trade evolution. It's a pretty good one to get. Then again, like, I think it's in the DLC, isn't it? So it's not actually that important. But still, you know. Right, you saved your progress. Oh dear, it looks as though you've run out of space. Are there any older records? Thunderous, Kartana, Stack Attacker. I am going to say no. Just a compilation every time Bo goes, no! Or no, when no shiny. That would be fun as well. It would take way too much work to get like a year of like videos and... Again, we got like 700 hours of this. Like, it's too much to go through. You've convinced me to keep trying now. Please, when you've done that on Lara, like, again, you're at like 8%. So basically, like 92% of people should have had this. And it's like, I don't know. It just, you will... What was like your record for like not getting something on Lara? Was it like 12 or 13 or 14 or 15 or 16? I can't remember, but yeah. Okay. Right, anyway, that is it. That is all. I'm going to go in my Pokemon home so that I can get that Aegislash over. But thank you all so much for joining me today on my Saturday stream. I'll be back tomorrow for anyone who's here tomorrow. So I'll be 12,775 is the current record. Okay. Yeah. That's the thing. When you've reached this point, it's like, okay. Just a heads up. You might break it. You might break that record. But I just feel like when you've invested this much into it, you know. If you'd have done like 5,000 and you were like, you know what, I think I'm just gonna... But like when you've done like 10, I think at this point it's like just in for a penny, in for a pound. And I think just mathematically, you really are due it soon. Now, if I was saying this to Xander, given Xander's coming up on a year of doing Dynamax Adventures and has never gotten a shiny legendary, I'd maybe give slightly different advice. But you've heard of the sunk cost fallacy. Yes, I have. Which is why I say, like, you got to go for it. In for a penny, for a pound. No, the thing, but here's one thing I'll say. With sunk fallacy, though, often with things like that, it's with things where there's, like, no guarantee. And although there's technically no guarantee with this, it's just one of those things where mathematically you are, like, eventually gonna sort of pseudo be guaranteed it. So it's one of those things where because you've sort of pseudo got a guarantee, that's why I think you should continue. So with all that, I've put my Aegislash in now, so we are done. Thank you all very, very, very much. Hopefully I'll see a bunch of you tomorrow for more Strike streams. And then, yeah. But in the meantime, enjoy the rest of your Saturday. Get your Farigiraffe. And then basically at some point in the next week, like on Thursday, you'll probably be able to get a shiny Chenpao. So also keep an eye out for that. Make sure you get your shiny Wo-Chen if you haven't. And then you can get your shiny Chenpao this week. And then there'll also be battles. More battles that can... for Ting-Lu. Ting-Lu could be a tough one. I'm hoping Appleton will do the trick, but it might not. Right, anyway, thank you so much, guys. Lots of love. Take care. Stay safe. And I'll see you guys tomorrow. So thanks. Take care. Like the video if you haven't already. I'm just going to do a very quick shaming my fans to see what the number is. Do we have... 40. So maybe we might have like another person now. Person with a face has indeed jumped up to number one on the ranking board as a top fan because of that very kind super chat. So thank you again, person with a face. Thank you all, and take care. See you around soon. Bye bye.